What's going down? Hey yo. Started. All right. Okay. What am I showing here? What are we jumping into today, guys? Let me turn down my mic. I'm yelling at you. Spitting in the mic. All right. Hello. Still doing it. Hello. Hello. All right. There we go. Not clipping too much now, right? Howdy. Welcome back. Android's Dojo. Can you see the sign? I need to turn off the light. It's too bright. UnrealFrog. So anyone guess what this is? So last time I showed, what did I show? I showed Go Dig and Go Pit. So a ball pit and a digging game made in Godot. And you guessed it. This game. If you didn't get it by the name, maybe you got it by the 83.9% being in C++. This is an Unreal game that I am vibing right now. Mainly trying to work out the tools. So if you look here, this is all open on my GitHub. for Androids, Dojo, UnrealFrog. Specifically PlayUnreal. If you guys remember, I showed off a tool called Play Godot. It's supposed to be like Playwright, is for web apps. These tools that I'm building are for game engines and playing games that are built in these different engines. So the PlayUnreal one has this play game sh script, as well as a script for easily running tests from the command line. Now it's not quite there yet, like the way Play Godot was. I'm not doing, obviously, I'm not forking Unreal Engine like I did Godot. That's not a thing. But I am letting my agent decide how to test the game. And so I've done more than just test it. I have a team of agents building this game, and they've done 4 sprints now. I think it was 4 sprints, yeah. And what they've come up with is a little lackluster, and I don't think they've quite gotten to the Play Godot level, the Playwright level of being able to test the game themselves. But they are writing a lot of tests. Speaking of, if we go to, where are tests in Unreal? We're about to find out together. Here we go. Yeah, so they've got some unit tests, and they've got what they're calling seam tests. And they had something that was more of and it's supposed to be end-to-end, but during the retrospective that my agents had, they were like, these aren't really integration tests. So they haven't quite gotten to what I'm looking for, which is, if you remember Play Godot, the system worked in a way that the command line agents could write Python scripts for operating the game. So if you go look at the Play Godot repo, you'll see a tic-tac-toe in there, and basically it knows how to make its move in tic-tac-toe. And then I applied that to more complex games. So I'm trying to do something similar here, and it's not quite getting what I need. It's on, like I said, 4 sprints. Each sprint had a different goal. Last couple or a few sprints have been trying to do the integration test tool, and it hasn't quite gotten it. But what has it gotten? Well, let me just bring up the game, and you'll see it is pretty rough. Let's see. Here we go. This guy, I think it's already launched. Where? There it is. All right. This is Frogger. I'm paused. Click, click, clickety clack, click, click. Can't. Am I paused? Am I broke? Am I broke? All right, I'm gonna relaunch. Not sure what's going on there. Unreal 5.7. All right, launched on the other monitor. I'm gonna fix that. Unfortunately, it's halfway off the screen, and I'm having problems with that. All right, you're gonna go over there so that I can actually move you. Where'd you go? Oh, Mac, how you love to hide my windows. Oh, I see. It's like hanging off the side of the screen. All right, I found a hack. If I hold that, there we go. Okay. No music, but it did just add sound effects. Just hitting the arrows here. These are supposed to be logs. And there's no log to jump to. Well, they're really not giving me logs. Ooh, hanging off the edge. Yeah, it's not perfectly aligned, but I would die if I completely missed it. Trust me, I've died a lot testing this. Oh, I ran out of time. Dang. Oh, game over sound effect. I didn't even know it added that. That's very cool. And restart's working now. Great. All right. That's the game. And I'm going to do something really fun here. Well, I hope it's really fun. Is I'm going to make Frogger as a web game, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to make web games with Claude compared to that crap that you just saw. But like I said, that project is more for getting the tooling working so we can make more complex games in a really awesome engine. But look, before I do that, let me dive in a little bit more and show you how I work with agent teams. This is a fairly new feature. I mean, it's in beta. It came out a week ago, 3 days ago. I don't know. It's like, who keeps track anymore? Not that long ago at all. So I did a lot of research, and by research I mean ChatGPT 5.3 Pro did research. I asked it, explain how the new Claude Code team agents work and how I can easily get them set up. It asked me some clarifying questions. All this is checked into the repo, by the way. And it did some research, and then after that research, I told it to create a team. Where's the second part here? I told it to create a specific team, a team of pro game developers, including like a really good like XP Agile type coach that could run the whole project. And so it came up with a bunch of agents. Here's the second prompt. I said, Claude Code agent team. Oh, that's not actually my... Okay, well, here's the proposed agent team. I might have lost my prompt, but here's what it actually came up with. So I told it about my Play Godot plugin, and I told it about a friend of mine's, my coworker's repo where he did agent testing and did a whole YouTube video about it. I guess this is kind of a summary of what I asked, but yeah. Anyways, here's what I came up with. A C++ expert, John Carmack. So it's actually the legendary engine graphics expertise. Alternatives were Linus Torvalds. Let's see, game design, research, Shigeru Miyamoto, extreme programming, Agile and Beck, level design, Tim Willitz, Quake Doom level design. I don't know who it actually went with. We can go check. Game artist, Craig Mullins, sound engineer, WY's FMod experts, or game audio pioneers. Test automation, DevX, DevOps came up with combine at C++ expertise for custom tool development. So it doesn't actually have a person on that one. Game QA, playtesting. Anyways, so once I had it, ChatGPT do the research, I gave this to Claude and I said, actually implement it. So what does an agent team look like? Well, you guessed it. Oops. A bunch of Markdown files. Art director, DevOps engineer. So like we can go look like who, do they name the QA lead? Do they get a name? QA lead did not get a real name. But there's the tools that it has available. Read, write, edit, bash, grep, glob. It's using the Opus model. Skills, Frogger design. So that part of the first sprint, I don't know when it happened, but part of one of my early prompts is it created a bunch of skills, which I'll show you as well. And one of them is Frogger design. So I can just do /Frogger design. And it'll tell you everything about the Frogger rules. Unreal conventions, Unreal build. Again, it did research and it baked this knowledge into skills, which is kind of cool. I didn't tell it to do that. You are a QA lead, responsible for quality assurance, game fill validation, player experience testing. Your methodology draws from Dr. John Hobson from Bungie and Steve Swink. So there are some people in here. Core principles, clear all experience problems away from the fun. Every bug, hitch, or confusion between the player and the fun must be eliminated. The path to fun should be frictionless. That's pretty cool. All right, I won't go through all of this. I don't know how to tweak these and do any kind of like A/B testing with different agents, different prompts. It's kind of like I will have them update their working agreements and like a team, like their plan together and stuff, and they do retrospectives. I don't think they ever really update their agents, but that's probably something I'll experiment with at some point. It's just really hard to know how your changes to these prompts even affect things. So it's kind of shot in the dark for now until we have like some kind of evals for agents, which I might work on at some point. Anyways, so I've got all these agents. What does it look like to actually run them? Oh, one more thing before I do that. Another thing that I got from John was you can actually see the conversations that we were having. I kind of symlinked them from the actual Claude root file folder, whatever. But then I have a hook. Every time I stop working with Claude, the stop hook will transcribe, whatever you want to call it, the conversations into like a readable markdown. And so here's every conversation. Some of these are just me opening Claude and not actually doing much. Some of them are compactions. So there are a lot here. Probably best way to view these is actually in GitHub itself. But if you want to kind of reverse engineer how the agents worked and built things, you can go look at, I don't know if these are in order. I'm assuming they are. Yeah, yesterday. Yeah, so they didn't do much in that session. Let's see if this is a real session. Okay, so a real session here. So this is what I saw for the most part, but cleaned up from Markdown. Project has a solid core gameplay loop. So this is the initial, what was my initial prompt? Explore the UnrealFrog project to understand the current state of implementation. I need to know what C++ classes exist. So I think this is after it planned or something, because I obviously didn't write that. So I'd say room for improvement on like readability of like, how do I know the order of these things? Like, where was my first prompt? And, I would think it'd be the first one, but these don't have times on them. Okay, that's part of the problem. Here we go. Implement the following plan. And then, so this plan was a planning session I did with Claude after I told it to read the research, I believe. So if we look for following plan, not plan conversation, but following plan. Nope, it's not. Oh, where is it? Oh, there's multiple on this page. Nah, it's sprint 3. It's somewhere around here. Kick off the project, maybe. Let's kick off the project, get the agent team together and tell them to come up with a working agreement, do an IPM, which is a sprint planning, implement the plan task iteratively following the team process and ticket definition, and done. Okay, so this is actually after it created the team agents for me and all of that. But let me just show you what a sprint looks like. I'm gonna let this run. I have everything recorded. Let me know if you want to see those recordings. Pretty boring watching the full thing, but I am open to publishing them if you care. But basically what I would do is I would go in here and I'd say kick off IPM for the next sprint. So I want them to sprint plan. Now from the last retro, they kind of agreed on what went wrong, but they also agreed on like what the next steps could be. They actually were split on what the next steps would be. So they're probably going to consider what's in the last like retro doc or something. I don't know what they're reading. Let's see, search pattern. Yeah, it's reading the retro game design. It's reading all the docs right now, and it's going to decide where we should go from here. I'm not using dots or beads. I do have a dot skill installed, but it's not using it. Claude just works now with tasks, and each agent is in its own context as well. You'll see the UI for that once it actually spins up the agents. Right now, it's just one agent that's looking at the plan stuff. But if we wait a second, it will come up with a plan for this sprint. They'll ask me a couple questions about direction and how they want to focus the sprint. I give it that direction, and then it will kick off whatever agents it needs. So you saw there was like 6 or 7, 8. There was a lot of agents. It doesn't always use all of them, but it does use a good mix of them. It's built in a way where it doesn't just use one agent and then call tools or agents as tools. It actually spins up multiple tracks of work when possible. It's still a little linear, and it is definitely very slow. The last sprint took an hour 15. It's all recorded. They're long videos. All right, let's see what it comes up with. And then we'll do something interesting. Like I said, I will have Claude without Unreal, without Godot, just create a quick Frogger clone. One thing I'm kind of thinking about doing is, if we can get people watching these streams, if I pick a good time, consistent time to record them, is just get your guys' ideas for stuff you want to try with AI, specifically around game dev if possible, and I'll just spin up a new session. Let's just go ahead and start that while that's still figuring out what it wants to do. All right, not in Unreal. Let's go back a directory. Let's see, make dir, we'll say WebFrogger. Let's go into WebFrogger, and we're gonna do, this is how easy it is to work with Claude these days, guys. I'm doing dangerously skip permissions. Use that at your own peril. All right, I don't know if we have all the skills we had in the last one. So we have some global skills here. I won't go too deeply into that right now, but that's fine. We don't need to use any skills. Oops, I closed it. I'm just gonna give it a simple one-line prompt, and I haven't done this with Frogger, and I haven't done this with Opus 4.6, but I literally did this like, oh my god, 6 months ago with Claude 4 or something, whatever, when it first came out, and it could just make a web game like it's nothing. I don't think I've told it to do 3D yet, but I'm pretty sure it could even do 3D. Let's just see. Let's just have your mind blown away right now, because I do think this is going to work. Compared to the 5-6 hours that the agent team has been using Unreal, I think this web app will just work like one shot. But I could be wrong. Create an arcade web game. I'll just say 3D Frogger game. It should be a native HTML5. That's a terrible prompt, and yet it's going to work. Create an arcade web 3D Frogger game. It should be a native HTML5 game. Make it, I don't even say make it fun. Like, literally, I'm just going to put the worst prompt ever, and I'm pretty sure it's going to work. Like, these things were trained, and it goes into planning mode for me. Perfect. These things were trained on web apps, I believe, because I've had some bad luck with mobile and game dev, like native games, but web games, web apps, they just work. All right, for 3D rendering, you may use Three.js. I've heard of that. Pure WebGL, no dependency, raw WebGL API, more code but zero external libraries. That might be simpler. Babylon, simpler in that it's not going to like get hung up on different libraries, different versions, but obviously more complex for a human, I'm sure. Babylon.js, no, it's a 3D engine. I want to do one of these two. It's recommending Three.js. I'm going to do it because I've heard of it, so it must be popular. It's probably trained on it. What level of complexity do you want? Classic Frogger is fine. All right. So for those of you who are just joining or hopping in, I don't have the chat up, so if you're talking to me, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure nobody's talking to me. All right, I'll read the comments later if you do. I'm kind of blowing through this. I'm covering a lot, but do let me know if you want to see more of this or if you want me to focus on anything in particular. All right, Sprint 5. Here's their plan. My agents, I guess just one agent came up with this, but like I said, it's based on the retrospective from all the other agents in the last sprint, so it's kind of collective. All right, UnrealFrog is a fully playable 3D Frogger arcade game. After 4 sprints, we have 123 passing tests. It is doing TDD across 16 categories, source files, 11 headers, 18 test files. It is C++. Audio SFX, it's 9 procedural 8-bit waves. And so it had trouble. We actually have a sound engineer, and he created a bunch of static audio files in the last sprint, and it couldn't hook them up. So then it troubleshooted and ended up doing procedurally generated at runtime instead. They're just sound effects. If you were at the beginning of the stream, you would have heard those. Anyways, it learned in the retro that it should be using these streamed 8-bit waves instead of creating static files up front. At least it thinks that's what Unreal likes, or that's what it could get working. I'm cool with it. Sprint 4 trend, the defect escape rate improved 5.2%, 1.6%. So basically, the last sprint, I play test everything. I don't read any of this code, but I play test at the end. I also have QA doing a QA engineer agent running through it, but they miss a lot still. Like I said, the whole point of this is to create a harness for testing game engines, and so I wanted to get there, but I do have to still, of course, test it myself. And I just noticed that the game didn't restart after you win, so I just told it that was the one escape defect. Oh, unless it's considering the audio. It might be talking about the audio issue too. I don't know. Let's see. Carryover action items from Sprint 4 Retro. Create seam test coverage matrix. Engine architect. So a couple sprints ago, I started saying, you know what? Our tests are just not, they're not integration tests. They're just 2 unit tests. They're missing too much stuff. Let's create seam tests. So it's like somewhere between integration and unit test, but it still said that it's still missing stuff. So there's a whole doc on it. I haven't really read it. For some reason, there's this like asset thing for the art that it keeps there's like a fallback when I can't load the R because I'm not opening the engine at all. This is all command line. And so it had this task for like 3 sprints and keeps deferring it. Must ship or formally drop. Yeah, so I think we probably just need to drop whatever this is because they're not doing it anytime. Run functional test and CI. DevOps investigate headless rendering. Yeah, so I really would love to be able to interact with the game headlessly somehow. So imagine like a CLI for Frogger where it's like, I don't know, it could even be ASCII if you think about it, but it like has all the positions of everything and you press a key and then you see the updated conditions. It would have to be like hooked into the core of the game though to really represent what's happening on the screen for a non-headless version. I don't know. We'll see what they come up with. But I've been really pushing them to figure out a way to test this game, verify what they're actually coding up. Document UE 5.7 audio gotchas. Yeah, like I said, it had to go to procedural sound because it was really struggling to get static sound playing. Visual regression testing carried forward. This is what I want. I want it to like take screenshots even. Use a computer use MCP if you have to. I don't care. I want you to load up the game and see that the art's shit or something. The frog is misaligned. You know, I wanted to catch visual stuff too. Packaging step and CI. Cool. Implemented core gameplay mechanics. You guys saw that at the beginning. Not yet implemented. Background music, particle effects, HUD polish, title screen, lily pads, persistent high scores. Sprint 5 options. So we got 3 options. Like I said, they couldn't really agree in the retro what they wanted to do next. Polish the sprint. So this could be like music, particles, HUD, title screen. Game is functionally complete. Make it feel like a 1981 arcade cabinet. I think that'd be cool to see how well they could get it in one sprint. Close the gap between test, pass, game works. This is what I'm really doing this project for, so I kind of want to do this one, but it might be boring for you guys to see. It's not going to be much progress at the end if I do that one. P0 seam blocking, then split between music. I'm just going to do a hybrid. I could do a hybrid too. Yeah, I think, you guys are here. Let's just do option A to make it look cool. Let's do the polish and come back to the rest in the next sprint. All right, so the last one, like I said, ran for an hour, but I don't know how long this one's gonna run. What I really want to show you guys is the agents. So this is the first time I experiment with the agent team. So once it kicks off, it's gonna, I don't know, involves sound, art. Let's see, game functionality is already complete. Yes, I don't know which agents it's going to use. QA, obviously, it's going to come up. The Scrum Master, whatever they call him, the guys planning everything. Which I could show you agents. I can't show you because these are not running in the background. All right, it's fine. It will start up. Oh, exploring agents. So it's going to figure out which agents to use. I can expand that. Search pattern, yeah, so just searching through the agents. That'll start in a second. I'm going to jump around, and this is crazy, but this is the world we live in with AI, where you're doing 10 things at once. All right, this is our WebFrogger game, which I'm telling you is going to just be amazing out of the box. I'm not even going to read this, but yeah, 3D model sound UI sounds great. It's got the zones, so it knows what Frogger is, of course. Movement, collision, river riding, that all sounds good. So this is the flow of the game states. That all looks good. Camera, collision, model, sound, mobile. Cool. It's even thinking about mobile out of the box. Implementation sections in order. Sounds good. Verification, open index, HTML in browser. All right. Yeah, like I said, it just knows how to make web stuff. Web games, apps, whatever. So I'm going to let it implement that, and it's going to come out 10 times better than what we have. So if you guys didn't see it earlier, this is what we have now. This is an Unreal game. Boop, 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 boop. You can see why we need that polish sprint. But it technically is functional. I haven't really reported this like where it's off, where its position's off bug, but I probably should. I think it's partly because I wasn't able to jump on the logs, or I thought I wasn't able to jump on the logs for the first like 2 sprints. But it ended up being because, out of time. Ended up being because I didn't realize, ooh, I love that sound effect. I didn't realize that first platform in the blue there. Oh, I can't use my mouse, but the first pink that's going up there that doesn't, it looks like a car, but it's actually a log. So I didn't know you could jump on that one. So I was trying to jump from the green riverbank to the second row and missing every time. So there's definitely an alignment problem here. All right, did it start any agents? It did not. It is schlepping. All right, well, while both of those are running, we could start a third task, but let me just see if anyone's online. Anybody watching out there? I do see people. We got up to 8 people on YouTube at one point. Whoa! All right, yep, I found it. Let's look at Twitch. Reload player. Doesn't look like it. Okay, nothing in Twitch. All right. Nothing in YouTube. Okay. All right. Just make noise if you have something to say. I'll find you eventually. Who wants to put money on this thing working out of the box first time? Just one-shotting the whole game. Let's see where we're at with the other games. I haven't touched them in a while. Go Pit. This is the first big one. I have another game too, but this is the first like building for my phone game that I did in Godot at least. No, that's not true either. The Block Us was in. Oh, but Block Us was a web app. Okay, this is the first Godot game I did. It's really feature complete, but it's not fun. And so there's a whole argument here about AI doesn't have a soul that we should talk about at some point, but this is a cloned game, you know. It tried to put its own stuff in there, and then I kept like making it go back to the source because it just wasn't getting it right. But yeah, let's just pick the rookie. Who cares? Speed tier. I think this is a new playthrough, so I have to start on 1. It's not. I did add keyboard controls, but it doesn't really work with aiming. So I'm gonna need this. I'll use the keyboard here. I mean, I slowed it down. I don't know if you guys saw this last time or not. And it's more manageable this first round. It's not like too insane. I do think I'm getting too many balls though. Like it's on the easier side. Can we put the balls in this? I think we can get maybe a ball involved in it. First level should really work. Like it should have been a lot longer, should have started out a lot slower. Anyways, so one thing I was starting on was this experiment mode where it's like go back to basics and getting a web error, and on my phone I could not grab the logs for the life of me, so I made that. You'll notice that I put a lot of work into the tooling so I can verify things or have agents verify things for me. All right, this guy's still going here. I'm surprised. Plan. Yeah, I don't think it's. What is it doing? Are you actually doing anything? Oh, okay. It's just still reading docs. This guy's waiting. Yeah, it hasn't spawned any agents yet. That's the cool part. That's what I wanted to show you guys. Oh my god, the web one is done. It's just like, it's insane how good the web dev stuff is. Like, this is just unheard of. Like, are you kidding me right now? That's insane. It looks so good. It looks like the 3D PlayStation 1 Frogger. You guys ever play that? That one was, it's actually a great game. It's like, I just remember you were like collecting other frogs. I don't know. It's even got the hiding turtles or whatever. It's just, I mean, come on, okay? I mean, this is weird, or dots here, or whatever. And I'm sure getting this to 100% fun, and there's probably some bugs. Are those my lives? I think those blue things, those green things are my lives. It's like clipping through the log a little bit, maybe not even. Like, this is just amazing. Oh, the way it's synced, the sound, the scores are working already. Like, it's, come on. I bet some of you were betting that it wouldn't even compile on the first one. I'm telling you, it's just like no competition. Web versus Unreal. 5-6 hours in, a team of that includes John Carmack, or his agent version, and we have this. It's just not comparable. I don't know. I get it. I mean, game engines can do a lot. Crazy systems and stuff that web couldn't handle. But if you're just making an arcade game, just making a throwaway game, just do it in web. That's so cool. All right. What was I doing? I was also showing you my other games. That's Ball Pit clone. The dig one was really struggling. I'm gonna do this in web. I bet it's really easy in web. I'm gonna skip the tutorial. Let's see if I finally fixed the actual bug. No, I didn't. Okay. So there was a bug where I think it's just I think it was log. Let me look at the logs. I think it was just actually failing. I'm in Dia. I don't know where their dev tools are. Did that work? There we go. Yeah, so it's actually just throwing an error. You know what? I might have actually fixed this one on my phone. I just forgot to merge it. I'll check that out. But yeah, I can't move. The digger won't actually do anything right now. But if you guys recall, that was the one where I was generating the art assets and animations via the command line, and also very ugly. This one, the back to Frogger, jumping around, sorry. The Frogger game also is going to generate assets, but it just started out with like basic blocks or whatever. For now, it did, wait, this is the web one. It did generate the sound. Okay, so this is moving forward. It usually jumps into the agent by now. Okay, the plan is ready. Regarding your agents. Oh, because I tried to run /agent. All right, so now it's ready. It knows which agents it's going to use, and it's asked me to clear the context and run. So I've said this since day one with Claude, is I love to start from a fresh context. You don't want to add extra non-determinism weirdness by compacting and including junk in your context. And now it's just like the norm. Everybody clears their context when they spin up an agent or whatever. In this case, agent team. I think the main agent will work in this context, or it will start up a new context, and then you can switch to the different agents context. I'll just show you. All right, what is the plan though? Whoa, that's a big plan. Great. It's really going to do some stuff in this sprint. So keep in mind, this is like a team of 5 or 6, maybe 7, 8, I don't know, game devs come together, spend a week. It's actually an hour, but it's a whole sprint. Definition of done. Both build targets succeed. Game and editor. All automated tests pass. Theme test coverage matrix exists. Background music plays. At least 3 sound effects, VFX. Fire on game events. HUD is arcade color scheme, score pop animation. Title screen has animated. Okay, so this is the make it look pretty. It does have a carryover. Test coverage is going to knock out first. Oh, sorry. did it have agents? I didn't see. I saw, where was it? I'm going to skim through this one. Nope, there was a list of agents somewhere. Here it is. So the XP coach has tasks 1 and 15, sound engineers, these tasks, and so you can see there's a bunch of different tasks. All right, let's kick it off, and then I'm going to have to go. But thanks for watching. I just want to show you what the agent's UI looks like in the CLI. Catapulting. I am using 4.6 high or whatever it's called, like the really slow one. But I know these models are getting so good that I might start optimizing more for speed. I've been using 5.3 codecs at work, and I even used it one weekend for personal stuff over 4.6 just because it was working and the speed was so much better. But now I think codecs even has it's not nano, what is it? It's like ultra? No, not ultra. I don't know, they tacked another keyword on it. It's like 5.3 codecs dash sparkles. I forget what it is, but it's like a faster version of that coding model. I haven't tried it. I'm curious how good it is. All right, did it open any agents? No. Explore code base for Sprint 5. So this is what it's currently doing. Read some files. All right, phase 0. This is doing that carryover test work. I don't know if it's going to spin up an agent for this one or not. I want to show them agents. And just expand it so you can see everything it's doing. All right, create music is next. Extended audio manager, create VFX, HUD arcade. So it does its own task management now. So I don't know if you guys heard me talking about beads and dots previously, but maybe it's dead. I think they're still useful for codecs, but Claude's pretty much killed it with their to-do lists. It will run as long as it needs to until it's complete. Same thing with their loop. I don't really need the Ralph loop. I made a Randroid loop skill. You can go look at my GitHub for that. But the main thing that I was trying to get across there was you could loop, like when I was doing research for the ball pit game, you could loop endlessly pretty much. Like go look for new forums to get, go play the game and get feedback. You could just keep doing that over and over. In theory, make the game better and better. And that is how I ended up getting, feature parity or whatever. But at some point, it's kind of diminishing returns as far as like getting better quality out of the game. You kind of just need to take over at some point and direct it and not just do the blind 2 loops. I had a research loop and an implementation loop, and I just let it run all weekend. I think I'm at that point in that game where I have to actually like put my hands on it to try to make it fun. Pare it down. The plan was, it was all for learning, of course, but the plan was to make a game that was more sci-fi based instead of fantasy, and put my own spin on it and make it fun in all different ways. Instead of the above ground being farming, I was going to make it that digging game. I think there could be a cool game there, just a spiritual, not spiritual successor. I don't want to rip off Ball Pit. It's more like an inspired by, what do you call those clones, But I would make it my own. It's not like I'm going to go try to make money off it or anything. But so far, I haven't put any creativity into any of these games you're seeing. It's just the agents. And it's kind of obvious when you play them. All right, is it not using agents for this part? It's creating the tests for VFX. Yeah, it's just, I don't know who's doing this work. Usually it will tell you which agent's doing what down here, and they'll each get their own kind of like tab. Let me do a Control T. Maybe I can. That just hides the tasks. What else can we do in the meantime? I want to jump in a bit, but I definitely want to show you guys the multi-agents before I go. Oh yeah, I was checking on go dig. Let me go check my Claude online. I think I was doing that one from my phone last. Code. Yeah, okay. So it was, I think, did it fix this? Is there a test? Looks like it got interrupted. Yeah, so it was fixing an error with GoDig. So that's, yeah, I've started a bunch of games, apps, all vibed, all in my repo. Well, some of them are in private repos, but for the most part, most of my stuff is public. What is the block one? Here you go. This is another one. If anyone wants to join, see if you can join. Go to block-u.vercel.app. 4 players. Wait, cancel, join. Oh yeah, local player. Okay, that was correct. I messed that up. Local players 1, total players 4. I don't think I had any AI or like AI in the old school sense, like multiplayer, help play if there's no humans around. Computer, I don't have any computers. But if you go here, block-u.vercel.app, put in this, do join game, put in this code, 2UEDTE. In theory, I should see you connect. Then we could play a game. So this is a board game. The actual board game is called Blockus as one word. And so it's a play on that, Block U. Oh, it says right here, mobile-friendly Blockus inspired strategy game. So this is a web game, but I wanted to see if I can get it working for mobile, and it does. I wanted to see if I can get networking. It works. All vibed from my phone. I forget there's a 30-second lag on the stream. So if anyone is watching and is trying to join, I'll give you 30 seconds or so, but I'm going to switch to another tab, see if we got our agents yet. It's really not using agents for any of this. You're kind of defeating the purpose of the video, guys. Why are you not working as a team? Like, who's doing the who's in the sound update if not the sound engineer? He did say something about agents when I did /agents before. What was that? Now let me start the parallel task. I'll launch music generation script via an agent while I work on the C++ code directly. Sound engineer. Okay, so it did use the sound engineer. Usually it will show, like I said, those tabs that you can switch between, but maybe it's doing only one agent. Am I blind? Or shift tab to cycle? Maybe that's it. No. That's for permissions. Escape to interrupt, Control T to hide tasks. Yeah, it's usually like Shift Control T or something to switch between the different agents. Well, maybe you'll see it during retro. If this finishes fast, we can test it and launch a retro, and you guys can see the agents talk to themselves that way. That's always fun. Nobody joining. Block-u.vercel.app. Join game. Type in this code. Maybe I have to refresh. If I refresh and lose the session, sorry. Guess I don't have that. Join game. I don't think I can join a game I was already, can I? Oh, reclaim host. I did add that feature. Yay, go me. See, I playtest these things. I don't write the code or read the code, but I playtest them. Yes, yellow. Let's play. Okay, we're gonna start with 2 players. Now, nobody understands how this works. But you have to, oh no, is it glitched out? What is all this? Oh man, maybe I need to switch to like mobile layout or something. There we go. Is that better? Okay, yeah. It's still over. Something's wrong with the UI. Well, that's annoying. But anyways, you can pick your spot, but it has to be, so you pick a piece. So I even added this like ghost here, so like you know where it's gonna be. But your first piece has to be touching your corner. So blue's corner is top left. Notice this one does not touch, so that's why it's grayed out, right? So I can just put this one. The goal of the game is to get rid of all your pieces, but there's only so many squares, and I don't think this will actually work well in 2-player. We'll see. But yeah, yellow, go ahead, place a piece. I think you're gonna be top right. I'm not sure though. Oh yeah, you're 30 seconds behind. Well, hopefully you figure out the game before hearing me say this, but basically you need to click one of these buttons to pick your first piece. And then once you go, I'll get to pick another piece, and it just has to touch on the corner. So like I could put one that fills this square, but I could not put one that fills this square because it has to be touching just a corner. It's not very intuitive, or it's kind of confusing to explain, but once you see it, it's pretty easy. All right. Oh, I didn't confirm. Oh no. Okay. Scared. Okay. So they placed their piece, and they went with a big piece, which is probably smart. Let me put this big fat one right here. So I can put it here. I cannot put it here. Right? Does that make sense? But I can also connect to theirs. No, sorry. It has to be my piece. That's right. You can flip and rotate too. And then on mobile, you can tap or something to rotate, I think. It's better on mobile, I think. All right, both background agents have completed. So there was just 2 agents running. All right, we're gonna run the game. Did they place another piece? No. All right, yellow, your turn. Oh, look at that. Looks much better, see? I was talking shit about Unreal, but you know, maybe I didn't tell it to work on art, you know? Let's see. Oh no, it's still shit. Oh, that was a cool menu though. It's got sound. Oh no, what is that thing at the bottom? Oh, it's a wall. I think I did get to the end of the first time I played. Oh, and the music doesn't. Oh, that thing jumps. What is that? Oh, it's like points. Something's off screen. I think the camera's slightly off. It was like totally off the very first sprint. I had to tell it to reposition the camera. All right, running out of space. Go. Running out of time too. All right, I'm on wave 1 still somehow. All right, I got my hopes up when I saw that screen. Man, that looked cool. All right, it did do sound. It did do a cool start screen, but that's about it. All right, I'm just gonna say commits and do the retro with all agents on the team. And I'm running out of context. It's gonna compact on us. All right, you're going down yellow. This guy, that looks fancy. I'm just gonna keep spreading out. Yeah, I don't know how this works with 2 players because I feel like we have enough. Maybe it's a smaller grid. I don't know. We're about to find out that I did not code this right. There probably is a 2-player mode, but like, do you use less squares? How would that work? Man, I was so excited when I saw that and heard that music. I thought it was actually going to be good. Maybe it can be. But yeah, once this once it gets the full like play Unreal scripting agent, like for testing, like Playwright, I think we'll be able to like do a brand new game and get up to speed a lot faster. Because this is what, 5 sprints in. That one wasn't too long. It wasn't an hour, was it? No way. That was like 20 minutes at most. So yeah, maybe it will start to pick up from here. Or if we were to do a new game using the learnings of our first effort with this agent team. We could also tell the agents to improve themselves. But I'm kind of just taking it one sprint at a time and letting them find their own mistakes. All right, good. I have the full retrospective log. How did you retro that fast, dude? Now, okay. Now let me launch all agents. I thought it did it. So now it says 3 local agents. Usually it will actually show me each one and let me. So they're just background tasks. Running the background, shift up to manage. Yeah, this is not the UI I was talking about. Normally you can switch through. Maybe it's only when there's a task list. Yeah, it is a beta feature or like an experimental feature. So maybe they're still working out the kinks. But yeah, usually it's like Control-Shift-T or something to switch between the different agents. You can give them commands like to a specific agent. But you can see here it did launch all 6 agents just as background agents, XP Coach. So if anyone has been in Claude for a while, they've had agents for a while and they just background threads or whatever with a prompt and access specific tools. But this whole concept of agent team is like you have to actually go into the config and enable it. It's a new thing. And this is a compact for like 5 minutes. So annoying. All right, this guy's encroaching on my territory. Where should I go next? I feel like I gotta get rid of these weird pieces. Pentomino. Can I go here? No, it needs to be corner. Like that's corner. There we go. Also, I'm not rotating. I probably should rotate these. 7 agents, 6 agents. Yeah, it's really annoying. It's not showing you guys what I wanted to show you. The whole point of this. All right, yo, let's do rapid fire, like speed chest. Oh, it's got a game log. That was really helpful when building the game, obviously. This one was not a one-shotted game. I did research first, gave it the manual of the actual game with all the rules, play tested, found bugs, gave it the idea of using the ghost figures, the rotation, and all that stuff. Just through iteration, I acted as the QA, the product person, and we adjusted. But it didn't take too long. I think I did a couple nights on my phone in bed. Have you guys heard of the phrase doom coding? Oh, I see yellow had to jump. Oh, the audio for Frogger is really loud. Sorry. Let me turn down the mic or the Mac audio. All right, there we go. Sorry if I blew anyone's eardrums. Oh, video on Twitch is broken. Okay, yeah. I've got multi-stream in OBS. I was paying for what's that app called? It's built on OBS, but you pay for it. Like, and it's just not worth it because you can get everything out of the box for the open source OBS. But multi-streaming is a third-party tool, and apparently it sucks because my Twitch video is not working. I'll try to restart it. I did notice that. I thought it was just because I was in the streamer view or whatever, stream manager, but maybe it is just legit broke. Yeah, it says it was canceled. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to troubleshoot that later. All right, one more agent needs to respond. Oh, there we go. You saw that? It said QA led retro or something. Oh, that was part of the task name. But yeah, they'll be like different. They're like tabs, like orange, blue, like they all get a different color, each agent. Wait, is this compacting again? No way they blew through that context. Am I crazy? This is compacted. They did the retro. let me check the status of the agents. Good, I have 4 completed agent outputs. 7 of 8. All 8 agents are complete. XP Coach already wrote the retrospective entry and updated agreements. Let me verify the files are in good shape and commit. Your branch is ahead, so that I did 1 commit. Wow, that's annoying. Let me just go look at the retro file. I didn't push or anything. All right, I'll just do it here. Still in the transcripts. Where do we put the retros? Config, team. Okay, so there is some team stuff. Oh, agreements. There we go. Retro log. VI retro. Oh man, it's gonna be hard to get to the bottom of this. What's the vim command to jump to the bottom of the document? Who knows? Type in chat. It's like E? No. I forgot all my vim commands. $? No. I'm gonna Google it. Vim command to jump to end of doc. Shift G. I don't think that did it. Oh, it did it. Thank you. Sprint 5 stats, those are all the tests, open questions, action items, previous retro action items, agreement changes. So here's what they changed. Mob programming added mandatory review gates for tasks greater than 200 lines of new code. Driver must pause after each logical subsystem and post a summary. Commit standards added per subsystem commit rule. Sprint delivery and subsystem require at minimum end commits. Section 5, step 9, QA playtest. QA playtest must happen before the sprint commit, not after. So they're dogging on the QA agent. New section 17 deferred item deadline. P1 items deferred. 3 consecutive sprints must be completed or explicitly dropped. I think they said the same thing last sprint. They just keep doing it. So all it did was create the seam tests. It did not do the color thing. It did not do functional tests. Oh, these are retro action items. Okay, visual regression testing. Yeah, this is all carried forward stuff. 4th deferral. Damn. Packaging step in CI. Yeah, it really didn't do much. Let's see what their actual comments were though. What caused friction? So they're saying they didn't actually practice mob programming. Yeah, I only saw 1 agent at a time. What the heck? Agreement section 3 requires a 3-sentence plan with acknowledgement before implementing. Neither happened. All 2005 lines of C++ were produced by a single orchestrating agent. That's what I'm saying. I'm glad they noticed that. Single monolithic commits. QA playtest was has not happened. Oh, they didn't test it all. All right. Cool. Well, that's not exactly what I wanted to show you guys. I wanted to show you the next one. I'm just going to say do next sprints as a team. Oh, okay. Someone can hear me on Twitch, but they can't see me. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Looking at the settings right now, I just don't see output settings. Oh, maybe I can Twitch stream key. I wouldn't be getting audio if the stream key was wrong, so that's not it. Advanced settings. Video encoder. I bet that's it. Let me change it. I don't know what it should be though. Yeah, I don't know which encoder would work or not. I just changed it. Let me see if that works. I don't know if I gotta wait the full 30 seconds or not. Or restart. X264, would that work? Oh, here's a hardware encoder, Apple VT H264 hardware encoder. That sounds good. Let's try that. Rate control, CBR. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna stop and start Twitch. might just have to pay for an actual multi-stream plugin that works. I don't know. QA leads input highlights the same P0 issues already captured in the retro. Let me gather the current state before planning. Search for 2 patterns. Enter plan mode. Let me check a few more files. I have a thorough understanding. I just want to show you guys the agents and then call it. But if this takes as long as it did last time to plan, I don't know. All right, you'll have to drop. If anyone's around, let's do one more. Are you sure you want to leave? Yes. Okay, I found a bug. New game. New game. Create game. That's kind of a weird UI. VQRSP. Hey, we got video, I think. Okay, so I just had to choose an encoder, I guess. Error writing file. Did that refresh? File. Best viewers, streamview.com. Remove the space. Is that an ad? Did I just get spammed? Yes, reclaim. All right, here it goes. It's got a plan. Let's just go for it. Actually, did it give me a choice this time or just did it? I'm kind of curious. I told it to come up with like sprint goals, so I know what it's even going to do. Each commit independently verified. Sure. Wire tick FX or VFX. I don't know why I keep stumbling on that word. Driver engine architect. Playtime warning sound. Game field polish. So nothing. So it's still doing polishing. HUD fixes. All right. Let's see if it uses agents. If it doesn't, I'm going to stop it this time. Start by reading the team agreements. There you go. There you go. So it's doing individual commits now as tasks for each task. That's good. Fixed. Thank you. Warping. The irony. I am in warp right now, and it is warping. I'm going to give it a sec. I don't want to interrupt it if it's still spawning agents or whatever, but I have a feeling it's still reading files. Can't actually tell if it's going to spawn the agents this time or not. I'll send YouTube the link as well if anyone's around. That's the game and the code. Now I have everything. Let me start implementing. All right, so it's definitely updating files. I didn't see it mention a single agent, so I might just escape this. We need to work as a team. Use our agents. Let me coordinate the team properly. Let me launch the agents in parallel. I don't know why I gotta tell you that, buddy. That's your job. Maybe I need to start the agent myself, like the coordinator agent instead of just jumping right in. You are an engine. Okay, so I just started the engine architect. Should show up down here. You are the engine architect. Driver first. Sprint 6. Commit 1. I'm going to put that in the background. Oh, no, I didn't do that. It's still updating. Okay, so I didn't run it in the background. I'm going to do Control B here to run in the background. 2 engine architects launched. So it just says 2 local agents. Yeah. This is not agent teams. At least this is not what I saw the first few sprints. Like I was saying before, it should show. So it's using 2 of the same. But it should show them as separate tabs, and let me switch to them. All right, so now it found that these are actually touching each other. I expected you to launch multiple agents of different types. Still running. Escape to give additional context. I mean, I guess if it doesn't have a need for the other agents, but I mean, that's the whole point of agent teams. Otherwise, you're just using regular agents. Engine architect. These are all, that's who's driving, but like you should have navigators of different types. Commit 1 is done in parallel with their correct driver agents. They touch completely independent files. Okay, so this is 3 different agents at least, so maybe we'll get close to what I was seeing before. High score persistence commit 3. So that's just the name of the agent, or the subtask, or the sub-agent, or whatever, but this is not agent teams. This does not look like proper agent teams. All right, so those are all running in the background. It is 3 agents, but they're local agents, and so then I can do this one in my current context. All right, well, fortunately, it's not behaving. You may have better luck. If you're looking for what I'm talking about, it is Claude Agent Teams. Agent Teams. Agent teams are experimental and disabled by default. Enable them by adding Claude Code experimental agent teams to your settings JSON. I wonder if maybe I just launched that with this turned on temporarily and it's not actually in my settings. We should go check. I can't find it. That could be part of the problem. Am I in the wrong directory maybe? I am in transcripts. My bad. Was I in transcripts this whole time? No wonder why it's misbehaving. Alright, well, I'm just going to kill all this and see if I'm in the actual correct directory, if it just behaves now. I can't resume because it was in a different session, right? Or a different, I don't think I can't. Let's just start fresh. Continue the in progress sprints use agent team. I don't know if this is going to pick up. It's a totally different directory. Well, that definitely could explain it. You guys tried any of these tools? the problem. You're either like super ADHD and you're switching tabs nonstop, or you're just sitting here waiting. I don't want to start anything new, otherwise I would be multi-tabbing. I guess we could look at the code. Missing UnrealFrog modules. The following modules are missing and built. Would you like to rebuild? Sure. It's building right here though. Oh, I never pushed the changes from the last sprint either. Dang it. Tried to launch the game and failed. Kill this one. Is it actually going to do the mFlatColor.ua asset this time? Put your money on it. Maybe it will now that I'm in the right directory. Who knows? Hey, there we go. Okay, we got the main agent and the DevOps agent and the XP coach. Okay, now it's working. Sorry, guys. That was just totally weird. All right, how do I switch between them? Control T to show teammates. Control T. All right, and then it's like, it says Control T to hide, but it also says here Shift plus up down. That doesn't work in Warp for me. I have to do Shift Control up down. Control T and then Shift. There we go. So 15 tools used, 5 tools used. Let's go to the XP coach, and so then I can say, you're doing a good job, buddy. Keep it up. I never actually talked to them when they were working. Now let me send the recommendations to the team lead, so they're talking to each other. Awesome. I want to see it respond to my message. Pontificating. I go to the other agent. Oh, see, it stopped. Or no, because I'm already on it. That's why. So is that actually showing different stuff when I switch? Like this has. Now let me check DevOps build. Still waiting. Teammate XP shut down gracefully. DevOps is still running tests. Output no tasks with ID. I might be breaking stuff. Switching like this. UnrealFrog headless test runner. We have 153 passing tests and 1 failure. Let me look at the failure. Cool. Thanks DevOps, but shouldn't you be working with QA? How do I get back to the main? Hide. Okay, am I on the main now? Spin up the QA agent and get going. Got it. Spinning up the QA. Spinning up QA and starting the commits in parallel. Per agreement 5, step 9. What does the symbol mean in contracts? What is it trying to? It's like pointing to a section of the doc. Step 9. QA playtest must happen before commits land. Exactly. So you should have been working with QA this whole time. Shift left, guys. Shift left. So there's the QA lead spinning up. So QA, what are you doing? You're recalling one memory. Oh yeah, they have their own memory files too. It's just a markdown file. I don't know if it clears every session or not, but I looked at one of them and it was empty. Or like had a header, had some stuff in the header, but didn't really have anything else in it. If you guys want to see all these conversations I mentioned earlier, but go to the GitHub, UnrealFrog from Randrade's Dojo, and you can actually see everything is checked in nicely as these transcripts. As we talked about earlier, they don't have times on them, so they are kind of jumbled, which I totally regret now. But you can look at the commit time, I guess. Maybe the best way to do it would be to check them out and look at them by commit. I don't know. No one will probably read these, but if we want to like do some kind of study on how well the project went overall. Like there's a record of everything that it did. It's kind of cool. A lot of these are just shutdown requests. Interesting. So there might be some noise we could probably get rid of. Used to send a message. All my work is done. Shutting down cleanly. Okay. So every sub agent ends up. Yeah, I think we could probably just do some calling of these ones even after the fact. But that's for another time. All right, looks like it's doing its job now with the agents. How do I get out of here without killing it? Escape to interrupt? No. Looks like Control T. No. Control T, Control Shift T, Control T, Control Shift down, hide. There it is. No. How do I get back to main? Team lead. Is team lead main? Yeah, I guess. I kind of want to just finish this because I'm not recording it. I usually record these sprints, so maybe I'll just let it run. But yeah, I'm not going to work on it anymore tonight. Death flash overlay proportional score. All right, let's start up the game. I turned down the audio so it shouldn't blast you guys in the face this time. Shouldn't. Crashed. Still building stuff. It is not ready for us. Somebody launched it. Did it kill it? I think it killed it. I think it's just QA. Let me run it myself.